So you want to raise AMPK? Let's talk about 6 different natural ways that you can raise AMPK levels starting right now. AMP protein activated kinase, better known as AMPK, is actually an enzyme, and it's a pretty important enzyme because it goes up when you're not getting enough to eat or when your body senses you're not getting enough calories, and consequently it also goes down when you are eating too much. You can get an idea that this plays an important role in food and energy regulation. And AMPK also plays a role in the fat burning process. So let's talk about some very interesting natural ways that you can utilize right now to raise your AMPK levels. And let's begin with the way that's absolutely free, and that is exercise. In one clinical trial involving people who had type 2 diabetes, those individuals who exercised on a bike saw an almost tripling of their AMPK levels after only 20 minutes. And as an added bonus, if you exercise on a regular basis, you will see an improvement in what is called mitochondrial biogenesis, the formation of mitochondria. These are also very important for the fat burning process because it is within the mitochondria that you burn fat. When you exercise regularly, your mitochondria will not only get bigger, but you will make more of them as well, and you'll make more of them in the actual muscles that are performing the physical activity. Now, another way of boosting AMPK, which has gotten some publicity over the last few years, is to use a medication called metformin. Metformin is a drug that lowers blood sugar, and it's actually one of the most popular medications for people who have type 2 diabetes. Metformin's also gotten popular in the world of anti-aging because there is some research to suggest that people with type 2 diabetes who take metformin actually live a little bit longer than people who don't have diabetes and don't take metformin. And that's why metformin is popular with people who want to try to live longer. However, there's a problem with this line of reasoning, and that is this. Metformin seems to be somewhat toxic to the mitochondria, and because of that, it also seems to impair aerobic exercise performance, and metformin might also prevent muscle strength gains and muscle growth, muscle hypertrophy in older adults who take this medication. What I'm getting at here is if you don't have diabetes and you're able to get a doctor to write a prescription for metformin, you absolutely want to exercise while you're on it to see if maybe exercise can counteract these negative aspects of metformin. Now, medication aside, what are some natural ways that you might be able to elevate your AMPK levels? Well, one way is to eat barberries. You may have not heard of barberries. They're actually quite popular in some parts of the world. However, you have heard of an extract of barberries called berberine. Berberine is quite popular because it appears to lower both cholesterol and blood sugar levels, but did you know that barberry also has health benefits too? Besides raising AMPK, barberries have also been shown to lower total cholesterol, LDL, and blood sugar as well, and barberries cost less than your typical berberine supplement. Another way to raise AMPK is to consume another food called Nigella sativa. Many people know this better as black seeds or black cumin. Previously, I've done a bunch of videos on the health benefits of black seeds, but one thing that most people are not aware of is that Nigella sativa black seeds also seem to raise AMPK. You can purchase black seeds as a supplement or black seed oil. Between the two of them, I think black seeds are superior because they are the whole food, and you can also find black seeds themselves. The only issue with taking the food is you're probably going to have to grind them up into a powder because the seeds can be a little hard to digest. In a previous video, I showed you the proof that hibiscus tea can lower blood pressure, but it also seems to raise AMPK as well. And as an added bonus, other research has shown that hibiscus tea can lower total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides too. Pro tip: hibiscus tea can have a somewhat tart, tangy taste that may not appeal to some people, so if that's you, try this instead. Tear open the tea bag, throw it in a blender, and make a smoothie out of it. I guarantee you, you will not taste the hibiscus tea. Here's another way to raise AMPK, and this is likely in your kitchen right now: vinegar. When you consume vinegar, the acetic acid in the vinegar gets absorbed and naturally raises AMPK. And as you may also be aware, vinegar also has a bunch of other health benefits. For example, in this study, just 1/2 ounce of vinegar was shown to work better than acetic acid supplements at reducing blood sugar in people people at risk of type 2 diabetes. Other studies have also shown that vinegar can lower triglycerides and cholesterol too. And just like with hibiscus tea, if you don't like the taste of vinegar, no worries, just take a tablespoon of vinegar, throw it in a blender, and make a smoothie out of that. Or for an even bigger AMPK boost, add the vinegar to the hibiscus tea and make that into a smoothie. And if you're not into either of those, here's another way: eat more fiber. Studies consistently show that most Americans don't eat anywhere close to the minimum amount of fiber, about 1 ounce a day, necessary for health benefits. But here's another reason to reconsider that. When you eat fiber, your healthy gut microbiome consume the fiber and they produce acetic acid in the process. That acetic acid turns around and ramps up AMPK. And fiber is really easy to get into your diet. It's in whole grain foods and beans. Essentially, plant-based foods are full of fiber. Share this video so they know how to raise their AMPK levels too, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time real soon.